Hello everybody, my name is Tweelin and today we'll be making these natural, organic, cruelty-free, I don't know what other buzzwords you want to use, but we're making loofahs. Yep, that's the intro. So in Vietnamese they're called muop. So my parents actually grow it. My dad the other day, he was harvesting them because every now and then they'll grow, and he saw one that was like too ripe and it was like drying out to eat because it started forming like these the striations on it were too dark, and then there was like a yellow kind of spot on it where it kind of determines that it's drying out basically. So he was like, here, you can make a loofah. I'm like, all right, we're making loofahs. You will need a cutting board and a sharp knife and your muop or luffa plant. You need some water. I am using rainwater that I've collected. You'll need 2 bowls. One will be for trash and one will be for water. You'll need string and preferably a rag or towel to help you out because it will get messy. Let's get started. Alright, first thing you'll want to do is to cut your muop. What we're going to do first is actually cut off the end bits because we don't need those. It doesn't really matter how far you've cut it as long as, you know, the ends are cut. Alright, after you've cut the ends off, we are going to now cut it into pieces that are, I guess, this good size to hold into use. Since this muop is a little bit smaller, I'm thinking that, you know, cutting into thirds would be good, so let's just do that. Ooh. Dry ones are tough. Alright, after you have your 3 pieces, we can just discard the end bits into our bowl for trash. Alright, so we have our trash bowl here. I have a piece that I will be, I guess, like breaking apart for the loofah. So as you can see in here, they do have a bunch of seeds, and then there's like this outer like part. I guess it's like the shell of your loofah plant. And then in here, if you can look, this little, right here, this little rim, this is what the loofah is right here, in here. So once we wash it and clean it out, you'll be able to see it better. So my first step is to actually squeeze it so that it breaks. So as you can hear, it is crunching. Like you can see it's separating from the actual like loofah fibers. Alright, once you've kind of dismantled all of the rind, we're going to just peel off the rind and throw it in our trash bowl. So a trick that I use is just, you see there's holes, you just kind of stick your finger in and then use that as grip to peel off the rest of the rind. Alright, once you've gotten all the rind peeled off, now what we can do is squeeze out the inside parts. So the inside has these little like squishy bits and a bunch of the seeds, so we don't want that. We're going to actually just throw them away, and you can, if you squeeze it, most of the liquid comes out and some of the seeds come out too. So we're just going to try to do our best and squeeze everything out. Ooh, it's really squishy. Oh, it's a really messy job, so if you're closer to a sink, it might benefit you a little bit more. As you can see in here, there are little actually pockets for the seeds in the loofah, like the fiber part. They have little seed houses, I guess, in the middle of the loofah plant, and we are going to just kind of like pull them out. They do kind of squeeze out pretty easily, but if you are like in the middle right here, it's a little bit tougher, so you just kind of have to look at it. It helps that the loofah plant, you can, after you take the rind off, you can like squish it and like access more of the seeds. And you don't have to worry about misshaping it, as long as you don't like tear off all of the loofah plant and stuff like that. It won't really be misshapen. It'll bounce back. It's like kind of like it's a sponge. So it does kind of take a while to get all the seeds out. If you don't get them out on the first go, they'll come out when you rinse them. And then if you dry it out, it will also come out then too. But just try your best. Don't give up. It doesn't take super long. Okay, once you get out as much seeds as you can, you're gonna just squeeze it so that all of this like juice kind of comes out. Kind of like slimy. If you're into slime, this would be the perfect like side adventure for you. So once you are done, right, this so far, this is what it will look like. Open your loofah. And then what we're going to do is just put it in our water bucket. This is our water. So I'm just going to put it in here to hang out for a little bit while I finish like peeling the other ones. And as you can see here, some of the seeds are still intact, but it's okay. We're just going to try to rinse it out the best we can. And they come out like that little one. Alright. Let's peel the other two and then we'll move on. I would just like to note that the older your muap or your luffa plant grows, the more fibers it will be, so it'll be thicker. This one was harvested a little bit too late that you can't eat, but not super early that you can't use it as a loofah, because obviously you see all these fibers that are here. So I was also told the earlier that you pick it, so before it turns like yellow or brown, the softer your end product, like your end loofah will be. But I think it just varies. I don't know. In my experience, I guess, it kind of just varies on I guess the length of your loofah plant, like how long it's grown, and yeah, conditions, weathering conditions, whether it's completely the same throughout the whole entire plant or not. Okay, squeeze that some. Cool. Alright, last piece. Alright, so I've got my 3 guys in their water baths. There's a seed here, I'm going to take that out. And so I'm just going to try and squeeze as much of the like fluids out as I can, because I feel like they do get trapped in there still, and I guess they're plant fluids. So I'm just going to try to wash it out as much as I can. I will have to re-wash it maybe like 2-3 times. But it should like look like this. So I'm last minute checking to see if there's any more of the seeds. After this is over, I'm going to squeeze out as much water as I can, and I'm going to string it. So I'm going to try to take it out, put it on my towel, and let's move on. Okay, so I've got my guys drying over here. What we're going to do is we're going to take it and we're going to string it. I have this random string that I found in our garage. You can use any string you want as long as it'll hold up. So what's gonna happen now is we're gonna take one end of the string. So we're just gonna thread it through one of the like holes, I guess, in the loofah, right? So you see where my finger is. We're gonna thread it through this one, I guess. And we're just gonna pull all the way through, and then we're gonna thread through another one. Alright, so now you've got your mup on a string. I would suggest, if it's sunny outside where you live, to hang it outside and to catch like direct UV rays. I hear UV rays help to kill all of the bacteria inside of here. Something else that you can do is also boil it in water, which is what I did because it's been raining outside for a little bit. So when you boil it in water, it'll also kill any of the bacteria that's in it. And I think it's a good idea because, you know, you don't want bacteria to be growing in your loofah that you just made. I do have some completed loofahs that I've been hanging outside for a little bit. This is from one that I showed in my Instagram stories, if you want to check it out there.